Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo action. Super excited to be here with you guys live on this Monday morning as we got just 45 seconds before we get enrolled into this first game. As me and Jordy will be here live for the next 12 games, streaming to you on the Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So hopefully you guys are checking out those streams, sending out some messages as we try and give out, some of these great prizes, mainly that major prize, $5,518 at 53 balls or less.
Absolutely. We'll have to see who's going to be taking home what prizes. Hopefully you guys stick around as we will be getting enrolled into the very first Game Day Bingo game in under 5 seconds. Should be some really awesome stuff as we can't wait to start giving out the great prizes we have in store today. But before we start giving out the ones we have on the line today, we need to talk about the jackpot prizes that we have already given out. As over this past weekend, we were able to give out about 9 different jackpot prizes, ranging from Thursday all the way through Sunday, making our total for the last 7 days about 13 different jackpots, and about 67 jackpots already have gone out this entirety for season 17.
Definitely some great stuff there, as our first jackpot to go out on Thursday went out to Jackie over at Outtakes. Taking home $2,500. Congratulations to you, Jackie.
Congratulations there, as we ended up having another prize go on out on Thursday, as Kathy was over at the shortstop Fridley when they got to take home $5,762. Congratulations to Kathy.
Yeah, good job, Kathy and Jackie, getting a great win there. You know, we're missing some good athletes named Jackie. I feel like some of the most iconic athletes of all time are Jackies. You got Jackie Robinson, Jackie Joyner-Kersee,
yes,
and other great Jackies out there. And I don't know if I can name a single current
yeah,
super
I think that
athlete
name
named
is
Jackie.
kind of a smidgen outdated.
Yeah, I like it still. I think it's a fun one, and it flows off the tongue with like you saying the full name. You know, it flows well. Well, great job to both you winners out there. We'll move on. Friday we did give out our first jackpot prize to Care Bear over at VFW East St. Cloud, taking home $7,078.89.
Absolutely, congratulations there, as we ended up giving out the Friday Pilot Payday Prize to Dana B. They're over at the Boxers Bar. Well, they got to take home that $2,500 prize. Congratulations there.
A great win for you, as we saw one final jackpot go out on Friday to one of our all-time best game day bingo players, all-time Pilot Games players of all time. We do have Call Me Jen over at JR Mac taking home what looks to be a major jackpot of $7,996.
Absolutely. Congratulations there. We ended up having a great prize to start Saturday off, as we ended up having Jerky John over at McHugh's Grill and Bar, taking away $6,287.
You think he's got some good venison jerky out there from this last hunting season?
Oh, I hope so. And if you do, I'm jealous.
I am jealous too. It's been a while since I've had some venison jerky, and I've been waiting for. I've heard about your dad's venison jerky.
I've been hounding him each time I see him.
And I haven't been able to try any of it, so I want some of that great venison jerky. I'm just a jerky fan in general.
I am as well.
And so I'd love to get my hands on just some jerky more readily. We do have 6'9" T-Bird over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, taking home a lovely prize of $31. Congratulations to you, 6'9" T-Bird, as we'll now begin enrolled into this game number 2. Minor prize continues to grow, becoming available at 54 balls or less, still having that major prize looking good at 53 balls or less, and the mega jackpot, 45 grand at 10,000. 45 balls or less for $10,000, I should say.
Well, just about a minute and a half to get enrolled into this great game of Game Day Bingo, as we still have some awesome prizes we need to highlight. As after Jerky John on Saturday, we ended up having Fred over at Max Park Place, who got to take home the other jackpot prize of Saturday, getting to take home about $6,876 for themselves. Congratulations, Fred.
Yeah, a great win for you. One of the more impressive social media come ups was Fred. I feel like being able to go from being just a YouTube sensation to like getting his own show on Nickelodeon, getting movies starring
Mhm.
alongside John Cena and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He had a good come up for an internet personality. I don't think I've ever heard his real voice.
You know, I don't think I have either, but yeah, I unfortunately was a fan of Fred
You were a fan of Fred? I
for
was an
a very
anti-Fred
small
person.
portion of my
I
life.
get that. I get that. I had people that enjoyed Fred. My group of friends were anti-Fred, and so I just kind of naturally went into that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it wasn't like I sought out his content, but I consumed it as it came across my
I get you.
pages or my TV
It was
as I
very
was
kid
watching
friendly.
Nickelodeon. Yeah, because he ended up doing collaborations with like the iCarly girls and stuff. And
Yeah.
so like I got to see him then, and I remember watching like the first Fred movie, but that's about it.
Yeah, I only watched if there was more Fred movies, I didn't see it. So
I think there may be another one.
okay, well, there you go.
Crazy.
Great job to you, Fred, getting the final jackpot win on Saturday. As we now get into this game number 2, we'll now hop into our Saturday jackpot winners as Gingy Scott over at the Old Log Cabin took home an awesome prize of $5,354 to start off a great Sunday.
Absolutely. Congratulations there. As we ended up having a huge jackpot prize to close out the weekend. $52,015 went out to Flash over at the Red Door Bar. Congratulations there.
Great stuff there. You just before coming on air, you answered a good question about the Flash
Yeah,
and how he got
trivia.
his powers, and you got it right on the money.
I did.
Struck by lightning.
Could have guessed that one.
Yeah, that one was a pretty easy one. All the other ones made no sense, so it
No.
totally made it.
I know, because it was like Spider.
I feel like they could have made it harder by talking about because there's like a machine exploded that then went into the atmosphere, and a lightning bolt that was manipulated by the machine explosion hit him, and he became powerful. So they should have credited to the machine explosion, and that would have been a little bit harder of a trivia question, because I can't even tell you what
This is
machine
for
it
all
was.
age ranges. This is the app Trivia Crack. This is not for high intellects.
Yeah. No, I was just saying to make it harder. You could just use context clues with the Flash, and you would have gotten lightning just with a guess. But
And I did.
yeah, you did. I'm still waiting for a good adaptation of the Flash in a movie format, because I was disappointed with the fact that we got that Flash movie, which I was so excited for at one point, but it just ended up just not being everything that I wanted to be. It was in a universe that was never going to get another movie adaptation involved in with it.
Finish your thought.
And so I just want a good Flash movie that would be really, really good.
How do you feel about the current Daredevil?
The current Daredevil,
Is he still in that role?
with John Berthal, the one with that was the
No.
Netflix TV show.
No.
No, not Daredevil. That's
That's
Punisher.
Punisher. I
That's
was
Punisher.
like, not even close.
No, you're talking. Yes, I like him as.
Does he have a standalone movie?
No, he does not have a standalone movie. He's
That's
just
what
a
I want.
Netflix. He's just a Netflix TV show, and now he's had his one little cameo appearance in.
Spider-Man.
Yes, he did have a cameo. I was going to talk about his bigger role where he actually got a few scenes. I guess it wasn't just a cameo in She-Hulk, where he got quite a bit
Yeah.
more action there. We do have our winners here we need to highlight.
Call me KP and Bytor 2112 as they both split up that Musco prize. Congratulations here. $12.70 is getting split between both of you lucky players. Call me KP over at the Nasty Habit and Biter over at the Mad Jacks. Nicely done in this great round as you split up that Musco prize. That minor jackpot will be at 56 balls or less getting into this next game. Very exciting stuff as we continue to get that prize as high as possible in the next minute and a half.
Absolutely. Should be a blast. As we get after it, I would like to start highlighting our social media pages, as you guys can do us a big favor by showing some love on our Facebook page and giving a like and follow. If you need to find it, just search up Pilot Games and click on our logo. By doing that, you'll be able to stay up to date with weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and more. You can also check out the website link on Facebook, as we have a link tree with all the info you need, including a bar locations tab that opens up a map that shows you all the places where you can play Pilot games at. So no matter where you're at, if you're on the road in Minnesota, you can find a great location to play these awesome games. There's also social media links there as well, so you can check us out on Twitter and Instagram if you prefer scrolling through your socials there, and even more. So really just the hub of all things Pilot games, directly connected to that Facebook page.
Absolutely, we couldn't highlight that enough. Go and check out that Facebook page today. About 25 seconds to get enrolled into this great matchup, as we would love to highlight the entirety of our bingo schedule for you guys right now, as each and every day you get your day started off with great game day bingo chances like the ones you're playing right now from noon all the way till 1 p.m. At that time, Ian and I will go off air and you'll be jumping into your first chance at Lucky 4 Bingo, and as it has over $104,002, it is the largest cash prize we have in live bingo today. Make sure to come on out for that 1 p.m. chance at Lucky 4 Bingo.
Absolutely. Afterwards, you'll hop into more game day bingo that runs from 1 to 4, working on whatever prizes me and Jordy aren't able to give out during this lunchtime. At 4 o'clock, you will then get your second opportunity at that Lucky 4 Bingo prize. Could be even larger than that $104,002 prize that we get after at 1. Just matters on how it works out at that 1 p.m. game, but should be a lot of fun at 4 as well.
Absolutely, as it'll be a great chance for you to take home some even more cash, as then Ian and I will be back from 4 all the way till 6 p.m. playing through 2 hours of some great game day bingo chances. Then at 6 p.m. we'll leave you off to play that third and final game of Lucky 4 Bingo, where if it did not go out at 1 or 4, you will absolutely want to be there at 6 p.m. for the largest chance at taking it home.
For sure, as you'll finish off your night then with more game day bingo that runs from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. Should be a lot of fun, as we love playing this live bingo from noon to 10 p.m. every single day. As we get after in this game right here, we got the Big Cheese right now, 9 balls away, alongside Phil, as they try and take home one of these awesome prizes that we have in store for you guys. Even if we do click past all of these prizes, we do have a nice Musco of $18.70 that's guaranteed to go out at any ball count over 56 balls or less.
Absolutely. So stick around after this round and continue to get enrolled to try and take home some more of these great cash prizes for yourself. And as we close in here, we're going to jump into some great national days as we start off with some very important ones. We start off with National Vietnam Peace Day, and each year on January 27th, National Vietnam Peace Day commemorates the signing of the Paris Peace Accords. This event ended America's involvement in the Vietnam War.
Yeah, big time stuff there. War is never a pretty sight, and it's great to be able to highlight when peace is able to be attained at some form. And so we highlight Vietnam Peace Day on today. A very important day to remember, especially that Paris Peace Accord.
Absolutely, huge day in American history. So National Vietnam Peace Day, we also want to shout out all of our veterans on today to make sure that you guys know that we are well appreciative of everything that you and past veterans have done to keep the peace in our country.
Absolutely. As we do have Palm Desert over at the Eagles Nest, taking home that $18 prize, just 1 ball away from taking home that minor jackpot at 56 balls or less. But at 57 balls dropped, you got $18.70 going out to you, Palm Desert. Congratulations to you in this great game of Game Day Bingo. As we now get enrolled into this next matchup, minor prize clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun, as we just saw that ball count hit 50, go out at 57. We'll see if we can give out a minor jackpot this time around as we get after it.
Absolutely, but we jump from one very important national day to the next with Holocaust Remembrance Day, an international day of commemoration in the memory of the victims of the Holocaust. As each year on January 27th, the world remembers one of the most horrific events in modern history. This tragic event is known as the Holocaust, as this happened during World War II when the Nazi regime took the lives of millions of innocent victims. The day is also known as Holocaust Remembrance Day.
Yeah, very important stuff. I know there's a lot of people out there that have family history lines with this day, and so it's definitely an important one to highlight. I'll even skip us all the way to our day in history, as I'm pretty sure this is why we are celebrating
Yes.
this on today, and that's because in January 27th, 1945, Soviet troops entered Auschwitz, Poland, freeing the survivors of the network of concentration camps, and finally revealing to the world the depths of the horrors perpetrated there. So a day of freeing people, a day to remember,
Liberation.
yeah, liberation, and a day to remember just the horrible things that happened, so that we can avoid hopefully another tragedy happening like that in modern day.
Absolutely. I know that all across the country there are conventions held on today to honor the lives of people during the Holocaust. As a few years ago, I was still in high school, and probably 10 years ago now, a few years ago,
Yeah.
I was able to go to one of these conventions in Lower Michigan, and I got to hear live accounts from people who survived. And I know that that was just such an impactful moment to hear directly from them the horrors that were faced. And so it is truly something that did not happen that long ago. And so we definitely want to remember and spread awareness about the horrors that were faced during that time.
Absolutely. Well, definitely some serious national days that we got to highlight there with Vietnam Peace Day and Holocaust Remembrance Day, as we get to move into a little bit more of those fun, more lighthearted national days.
Talk about taking a turn.
Yeah, National Bubble Wrap Day.
Yes.
On the last Monday in January, we recognize a fascinating piece of invention. Today, bubble wrap's primary purpose is to protect fragile items, either in shipping or storage. Of course, people also take enjoyment from popping the bubbles in bubble wrap, too.
That was just the best part of bubble wrap, honestly.
Absolutely. That was one of my favorite parts about back in the day. I used to do a lot of unboxing and boxing of your guys' iPads that get shipped out all across Minnesota. And a bunch of them used to come in fun bubble wrap. And popping that bubble wrap was always a great time. And that was one of my favorite parts of the job, was I just was constantly surrounded by bubble wrap.
You know, I have a very different memory, as I was constantly trying to keep the bubbles intact in case I needed to put the iPads back in the bubble wrap. And so
Yeah, there was specific bubble wrap I didn't pop.
Okay, I was going to say, 'cause I remember, like, popping 3 at a time and being like, the fragility of the iPad is going to be compromised, and just being so worried about popping all the bubble wrap around it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the bubble wrap that came in the giant boxes that had like 25
Yes.
iPads in it, and it was wrapped all into the iPads, and they had their own individual boxes. And that one I was allowed to pop, so that was always a great time. But we could talk a little bit more about bubble wrap, as there's definitely some very interesting bubble wrap fun facts, because one of my most interesting fun facts is that it was originally designed to be wallpaper. It was invented in 1957 by engineer Alfred Fielding and Mark Chavanis in Hawthorne, New Jersey. When the product didn't turn out to be successful as wallpaper, it was marketed as greenhouse insulation. It wasn't until a few years later that bubble wrap was used for protective purposes.
How interesting.
Yeah, isn't that so interesting that bubble wrap had a lot of different uses before it went to protecting items through shipment and other things like that.
I couldn't imagine it being wallpaper, because then you would just have pop bubble wrap as wallpaper.
Yeah, I would guess it probably was a sturdier bubble wrap back then, I would guess. That would be just my estimation. I have no idea. We do have a winner here, though.
Doppler at the Northern Tap House, Woodbury, gets to take away $20.40 in this great game. Congratulations there, Doppler. Make sure to get enrolled into this next matchup. That minor jackpot will be at 60 balls or less. Super exciting stuff, as that cash prize will just be growing even higher as you and your friends continue to get enrolled.
Absolutely. As we get enrolled, we highlight the next fun fact about bubble wrap. It has actually proven to reduce stress. It's true. A survey conducted by Sealed Air found that 1 minute spent popping bubble wrap relieves as much stress as a 33-minute massage. next time you open up a package, be sure to pop some of those bubbles.
Well, well, well.
I feel like if you're signing up for that test, you have to be like a big like lover of popping bubble wrap, though, so it might be a little of confirmation bias
Maybe.
in that one, where someone. I know other people that do not enjoy the pop of bubble wrap, and I don't think they would get the same relaxation out of popping the bubble wrap themselves.
I have a specific way I pop my bubble wrap, and the way other people's pop bubble wrap, it stresses me out further.
Yeah.
So I can kind of get it.
Yeah.
If you can't get your hands on physical bubble wrap, there's actually apps out there that you can download to pop bubble wrap. I remember having one of these apps when
There's an
I
app for
first got
everything.
my iPad in like 2012.
Really?
And it was they make fidgets for kids now that have that pop ability with the little domes that y'all pop all over it. We didn't have that when I was a young kid, and I had an app for it, and you just pop all of them. Faster you could do it, you get a higher score.
Oh, is that what it was? It was like a speed run of the popping the bubbles?
There was different modes that you could go into.
Oh,
And there was
okay.
like just the free pop ability where it was just like an endless scroll of bubble wrap, and then there was levels and time trials.
Yeah, nice. I
Loved it on the iPad when I was about 10 years old.
That's awesome. That's great. I'm sure I played it at some point. I do not remember playing it, but that's a great one. To
It
be able to
wasn't very
highlight.
like common. It wasn't because like my friends had it or anything.
Oh,
But
really?
I remember getting it because I just wanted like I was very good about finding like age appropriate content. So I was just looking for like kid like games, and that was one of them.
Yeah, I totally get that. That's a fun one. Last up, bubble wrap can be customized actually, from size to color. They can create bubble wrap that fits your specific needs. Using custom bubble wrap will help to protect your product and make your brand stand out from competition if you are trying to start your own company and sending out different things. Wrapped in a cool bubble wrap might be worth it.
Absolutely. How interesting. Yeah, I still can't wrap my head around the fact that its original purpose was for wallpaper.
For wallpaper, yeah, if people want texturized walls, I guess, and that would be bubble wrap.
Yeah, that would never be my texture of choice.
You and like the bubbles of
Not at
bubble
all.
wrap.
No.
I don't think I'd like texture walls in general.
The closest I ever got to wanting one was when I was a kid again, and I was watching Wizards of Waverly Place, and the daughter Alex Russo, she got fur wallpaper,
Oh.
and it seemed so cool.
That is kind of fun.
It was like a dark pink, like with the edge of the fur being black,
Yeah.
and it was just all fuzzy, and she put it all up on one wall, and it was great, and I was like, that seems awesome.
Yeah, it also kind of feels padded room-esque. And so,
I think I'd like it.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool as well. Well, happy National Bubble Wrap Day. Enjoy a little bubble wrap popping on today as you guys are enjoying this game right here with a 60 ball or less minor prize sitting at $117.47. We will not be giving out the mega jackpot in this game as it is clicked past, still sitting at $10,000 at 45 balls or less. Major prize, we only have a few more tries to give it out, but it doesn't look like it will be happening here, $5,602. And so it's between this minor jackpot of $117 and the must-go prize of $32.50. We will wait and see who is going to be that lucky player, as we already got quite a few of you guys right now 2 balls away.
Absolutely. Now, one ball we'll have to see if Big Cheese or Boater. There it is. The Big Cheese at VFW Spring Lake Park gets to take it home. $117.47. Congratulations.
Yeah, great job to you, Big Cheese, as we now get enrolled into this next game. Double must-go prize available in this upcoming game. $32.50 was already there, and you guys are just going to be adding to it as you get enrolled into this game number 6. But great job to you, Big Cheese. Would Big Cheese be like Kraft? Is that Big Cheese?
I guess so.
No, don't listen to Big Cheese.
I don't know why, but Sargento seems
It's
like the brand.
Kraft propaganda.
Yeah.
Well, great job to you, Big Cheese, getting the win. I'm sure you're just the big cheese. Well, we got next up National Chocolate Cake Day. National Chocolate Cake Day celebrates the cake more people favor. And more often than not, we celebrate our special occasions like anniversaries, birthdays, and weddings with cake. Why not chocolate cake on January 27th? Every year. That'd be so interesting if someone had chocolate cake for their wedding cake. I think I'd be quite surprised by that. I always just see white cake.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get anything. I've seen people do red velvet.
I've seen red velvet for sure. Chocolate cake is just one that I've never seen.
Now that you're saying it, I think I've just seen marbled with the chocolate and vanilla.
Okay. Yeah, that's more than what I've seen too. So,
I'm a big
yeah,
fan of
I've
marbled.
seen red velvet, which makes sense to me because it's red, and so that makes sense with the whole day. And then just the
Really?
classic white to
Why
match
does red
with,
make sense?
because it's a day of celebrating love.
Okay.
So that and red is a very love-based color.
Yes, absolutely.
So red velvet makes sense, and then white cake matches with the whole white aesthetic of most weddings, and so that makes sense as
You
well.
can pick anything you want. I mean, people always get a little sampler box of like 6 different cakes, whether they want cookies and cream,
Yeah.
almond amaretto, whatever it may be. Like, you can do a lot of variations.
Yeah. I'm just saying what I've seen, and I haven't seen chocolate cake at any of the weddings I've been at.
Well, if you could choose, would you have chocolate cake?
I love chocolate cake. It's a good one.
I prefer chocolate cake.
I don't know if I'd choose it for my wedding cake. I think I can get just like, because chocolate cake's a pretty basic cake.
Mhm.
I would get something that's a little bit more of an out there cake for my cake instead of just like the basic classic chocolate.
Really? Like what? Not, you'd
I
have
don't
to
know. I'd have to
do
go
a little
taste around.
exploring.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go cake testing and everything
I'm
like
very
that.
excited
So
for that. That's honestly some of the most exciting parts of planning a wedding is getting to try the food and cake.
yeah, exactly. And so I'll have to, whatever, I'll explore my palate a little bit because I really haven't tried that many different kinds of
Yeah,
cakes.
and people usually try and do a more sophisticated flavor profile. Like they'll do a lemon olive oil cake, or they'll do
something different. And so that's more of where I would be leaning towards than just the classic like a vanilla cake or a chocolate cake. I think I would, try
Well,
something more like that.
I'm 10 toes down for red velvet.
Red velvet's
That
a
is
great
my
cake.
favorite kind of cake, or like a devil's food cake. If we wanted to do a deeper chocolate or a little something richer, we could. That would be a very good one.
I'm always down for a devil's food anything.
Well, that's chocolate and red velvet combined, and just a delicious medley of flavors for you.
It is great. It is pretty awesome.
But today is about the chocolate cake.
The chocolate cake. It's a delicious cake, so it's fun to be able to highlight here on today.
This is the superior birthday cake to me.
Is chocolate cake over the classic vanilla cake?
Yeah, we just celebrated my best friend's birthday this past weekend, and she told her grandma her one stipulation was that she didn't like chocolate. And so I just couldn't believe that.
Yeah. She ended up having herself a vanilla cake. The
She's a
grandma's
strange gal. She doesn't like cheese or chocolate. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Those are the two best things in this world.
cheese and chocolate. Those are two just like
Incredible things.
great necessities.
She's like, I could live without.
Well, good for her. Good for her.
Right, couldn't be me.
You'll stay skinnier because of that.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna eat all the cheese and chocolate I could get. Chocolate cake is delicious, though. What's your favorite icing on a chocolate cake? Do you just double it down, or do you want something
I
different?
typically like to double down and go with a chocolate icing, but I also like when like raspberries are incorporated into my super chocolatey cake. Very delicious there.
Adds that little bit of sweetness to it. We do have Doppler once again taking home another prize.
On fire.
Yeah, over at the Northern Tap House of Woodbury. Cool them down, as we got $56.30 going out to them on that double must go. Congratulations to you, Doppler. As we now get enrolled into our game number 7, that minor prize clicks up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. Did that go out at 54 balls dropped? Were you not paying attention enough? I think it went out really early. They were really close to taking home that major prize of $5,000 in that matchup.
That would have been exciting.
Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this next game. But National Chocolate Cake day. You're saying you like raspberries included in your
Yeah,
chocolate
I
cake.
like some kind of other flavor profile to bring to the table. So raspberries are typically very tasty with chocolate.
Is that the number one berry you'd have with your chocolate cake?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I'd
raspberries.
probably
I feel
say.
like it mixes the best with those.
Absolutely. Chocolate and raspberry is a delicious combination.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I would say, I
Maybe
don't.
more Oreo.
Yeah,
Ooh, maybe even Reese's.
yeah,
That
I
peanut
like
butter
that. Yeah,
flavor.
if I could get a little bit of peanut butter action involved in there.
Maybe that like medium layer between the two cakes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The
That would be
filling.
right there. Is that because you just don't need too much peanut butter where
No,
it
because
overpowers
I was
the
gonna say
chocolate?
peanut butter is a very strong flavor anyway when you bring it to the table, and so it can be done in small increments and still done well.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you just have it as that little layer right there, you can really, really enjoy that. So, yeah, great stuff. Happy National Chocolate Cake Day. Hopefully, you guys can enjoy a delicious chocolate cake wherever you're enjoying some of that Pilot Games action at.
Absolutely. Happy National Chocolate Cake Day, as we would love to move on and start talking a little bit more about our Vikings, as we know that they are in their off season, but we do have a few things that we could potentially be talking about.
Absolutely. As Vikings, it looks like some more Vikings coaches are getting some interviews at different
Mm-hmm.
spots. I know that we solidified the head coach with Kevin O'Connell signing an extension. But
Sweet.
it's now we got Super Bowl right around the corner. So it's
Yeah.
not
When is that?
it's not quite fully focused. I think we get 1 week off as the Pro Bowl happens this week, if I'm not mistaken. And then we get Super Bowl that following week, which would be, let me see, Sunday, the second weekend
The
in
9th?
the 9th. Yeah, I think it might be on the 9th that
Okay.
we're going to be getting it. But I'm going to make sure on that game as we don't want to be too quick to call it a date and then people start believing us and then yes, it is February 9th, Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. Probably my worst outcome for a Super Bowl. I mean, it is just one that's already happened
Yeah.
a few times. Like, I don't care for the rematch of the Eagles Chiefs. I was hoping for some other different team. I wanted a small market team to be able to get a win there, but
I agree.
just didn't happen. And we see once again, Eagles and Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They're one of the best. They're the two of the best teams in the NFL. So it should be a really fun game to watch go down and see who's going to be able to win. Will the Chiefs be able to be the first team in NFL history? I think they may be the first team in NFL history to win a three-peat, or will the Eagles thwart that and keep them from getting that done?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the football. We don't got too much to talk about with our Minnesota Vikings, as there'll be a lot of mock drafts that we cover over the next few weeks post Super Bowl and leading up to the NFL Combine and draft and everything like that. What we're thinking.
Absolutely, but in the meantime, if you guys want to go out and show your support for our Minnesota Vikings, we have teamed up with them for the incredible e-tab game called Vikings Victory that you can play wherever you're playing Pilot Games. It is a lot of fun, and we have updated graphics into this new year, so go and check it out and show your support for our amazing Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, definitely a great one. As we are coming down to the final bit of this game right here, we'll see if we can give out any of these prizes. People are still in line to be able to take home this major jackpot. Can it happen right here, right now? Ooh, looks like people are getting out of line with that major jackpot now, as we'll be trying to give out the nice $21.90 Musco prize. Yep, there it is. It's official. We're going after the Musco prize with Mike W., Palm Desert, and Joe Bush 6'9", leading the charge 2 balls away. We'll see which one of our lucky players get those great 2 balls to fall for them.
Absolutely. As we wait here to see who's going to be closing in on the win, is Mike W. over at the prize. Gets to take away $21.90. Congratulations there. Stick around and get enrolled into this next matchup as we aim to talk a little bit about the standings that you're competing for as we speak. There has been ties galore, and it is no different today as we jump right on into those player standings with a tie. It's a two-way tie in 10th place between Maggie at the Lyle Liquor and Woodpile over at Haskell's, both with 15 15,000 points. Then in ninth, right ahead of them with 16,000, we have Buy Bitcoin over at the Full Tilt Tavern. Then we jump all the way up to 6th place as there is a 3-way tie. It's between Billy at the Rock Ledge Resort, Funk at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, and Murphy over at the Pickled Pig as they all three sit in 6th place, all with 17,000 points. Now it is still neck and neck as we move even higher into 5th place, 18,000 points for 6'9" T-Bird over at the Lookout Bar and Grill. And just a step above them with 19,000 and 4th place, we have Not Sure over at the Montego Blue. Then with 32,000 points in 3rd place, we've got Brother Nate at the Chart House as they close in behind 2nd place, Cheese at the Beartown Lounge with 35,000 points. And in 1st place, separating themselves from the rest of the pack with 48,000 points, we have none other than Call Me Jen over at JR Mac.
Congratulations to Call Me Jen and all of those great players earning so many points while playing through those game day bingo games. Now on to the top locations where a bunch of those great players are playing at. As we start off with a 2-way tie in 9th place. That's between Danny's Dugout and the Riverboat Depot, both of them sitting with 32,000 points. With 34,000 points in 8th place, we got the Log Cabin Bar in Emily. HR Pesties find themselves in 7th with 35,000 points, as then we get our second and final tie of these standings in 5th place, as Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards and Haskell's both sit with 37,000 points. With 42,000 points in 4th place, we got the Chart House, as the Beartown Lounge is only 1,000 points ahead of them in 3rd with 43,000 points. The Lookout Bar and Grill's in 2nd with 56,000 points, as our number 1 game day bingo location, home to our number 1 player, it's JR Mac with 61,000 game day bingo points. Great job to you, JR Mac.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys stick around and play all day long to solidify your spot and help yourself out further into those great Game Day Bingo standings, as well as the location that you choose to play at. We are right in the heart of this game here with 19 balls away for quite a few of you lucky players. And as we are moving forward in this great game, I want to talk to you about some of the other games that you could play here with Pilot Games other than our live bingo. If you want to take a little break from this live bingo, right there on those iPads, in fact, we have over 70 different charitable eTab games that you can choose to play at any time. Each of them have huge prizes up to $1,500 and small bets between 50 cents and $5. And as we entered into the new year in 2025, all of them got updated graphics. It is super fun as we have a lot of different eTab games that you can go and check out, as we would love to highlight just a few of them for you today.
Yeah, I'll be highlighting the newest eTab game to hit your guys' iPad, Piggy Bank, as this eTab game is bursting with great prizes. You can get up to a 299 times multiplier in that one to max out your jackpot capabilities and see if you can take home that awesome prize and rake in the bacon in the great eTab game, Piggy Bank.
Absolutely. It is a lot of fun, as today I will be highlighting Wicked Seas, as it is a super fun pirate-themed eTab game, as you've got a fiery heroine with red hair as she aims to give you some great treasure, as you guys can go and check out that awesome eTab game wherever you play Pilot Games.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are two fantastic eTab games to highlight. As we get after it right here, we do have 50 balls dropped in this game so far, as we got players 4 balls away, still in line to be able to take home that minor jackpot, with currently Tonka leading the charge at 3 balls away. We'll see if Tonka and JMW are going to be able to take this awesome prize home.
Absolutely. As we close in here, we'll have to see who's going to be the lucky winner, as we've got our avid wild player out there shooting the pucks to give out the awesome prize here. Just 1 ball away now for Ol as well as Tonka, who is going to be the lucky prize winner as we move on to 63 balls dropped. 62.
Ol and Tonka are the winners. Ol over at VFW Spring Lake Park and Tonka over at the Broadway Bar and Pizza Rochester as they split up $21.30 on that Musco. Minor jackpot now clicks up from 56 to 58 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get enrolled into this game number 9 of Game Day Bingo. As we get enrolled, we do want to start highlighting some fun movies that were released on today throughout history.
Starting it off with a childhood classic in 2006, we've got the movie Nanny McPhee.
Absolutely. This is one of my childhood favorites. I absolutely love this one, starring Emma Thompson, Colin Firth, Thomas Brody Sangster, and other great actors and actresses. Angela Lansbury's in it as well. A very, very fun group of kid actors that made this fun, magical family comedy come to life. I found it quite entertaining as a kid.
I'd have to agree. I loved this movie. I was a big fan of Colin Firth and still am, as well as Emma Thompson. I think she is so talented. And I mean, looking back and seeing Thomas Brody Sangster, he looks the exact same, just maybe like 2 feet taller.
Absolutely. It's always crazy to find out his age in Nanny McPhee
Yeah.
because he was just quite older. I thought he was like 8 at the time, but he's actually a 14-year-old boy, so like a freshman in high school. And looks what he did in that role in Nanny McPhee. And so I was always just shocked to find out. I was like, because when I first found it out, I think I was like 14, and I was like, wait, he's the same age as me? That's insane.
I know. I looked quite different at 14
Oh,
than what he did.
So different, so different. But you know, he killed it as Nanny McPhee. He was a great addition. Had
The
a
whole
lot of great
cast of
comedy
kids did
scenes.
great.
Absolutely, they did. As the little pranksters they are, it was super fun to be able to watch. And so
Yeah, the chaotic kitchen scene is one that'll always be in my head.
the chaotic kitchen scene.
Yeah, where she makes all of them like unable to stop.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a fun one. I always like the behave part, and then the bees actually do come out. But happy movie released on today, Nanny McPhee.
Up next in 2006 as well, we've got Big Mama's House 2. This is a Martin Lawrence movie. I think there's 3 in total of these films. I was a big fan of them as they came out. This is one where he gets hired into a family where it's got Chloe Grace Moretz and Kat Dennings as the daughters.
Okay.
I was a big fan of this movie. This
That's
is probably
super
my
fun.
favorite Big Mama's House.
Yeah, I still got Nia Long as well as others in this one. Zachary Levi's in this one as well.
This is so good.
Yeah, it's very interesting comedy action. I can't say I ever got too into the Big Mama's House, but I
I
think
was a huge Martin Lawrence fan.
I think it's because I always correlated them with Medea, and
I never watched
and
Medea.
I didn't like Medea movies. They were just not my cup of tea, and
I'm gonna
so
show you this
I
one.
always avoided the
This is
Big
good.
Mama's
This was
House.
another good one. This is like a babysitting one. This is like a pacifier or like
Yeah, no,
you know. And so this one was really enjoyable to me.
I think I've seen the first one at least one time, but I just do not remember them. I didn't watch them very often if I did watch them.
Yeah, Big Mama's House 2 is definitely like my childhood favorite.
That's the one you really enjoyed.
Yeah, and then the third one, he brings in his son, who is played by Brandon T. Jackson, and he gets brought into the third one.
Really? Very interesting. Yeah. Okay, yeah, they're
Yeah,
super
she's
funny.
like a punk daughter.
Yeah,
Kat Dennings
I just wanted to
plays.
see how old they were in that.
Oh, it's
in
so
that one.
good. I definitely watched this like so much as a kid.
That's awesome. Well, Big Mama's House 2 coming out on today in 2006. Maybe give that one a watch. We got two fun 2006 movies, Nanny McPhee and Big Mama's House 2. Makes sense. They were both childhood classics for both of us. As
Absolutely. They came out right at the right time.
yeah, that was a perfect time for
Getting
those kids
introduced
movies.
into all those PG-13 films. Very
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Absolutely. As we move on to our next movie released on today in 2017, we got Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. But before we get into it, we do have a must-go winner.
Hup over at the Lisa's Place gets to take away $24. Congratulations. Stick around and continue to get enrolled as we highlight the great film Resident Evil The Final Chapter, coming out on today in 2016.
This is one film franchise I've wanted to watch all the way through, but I have never done so. I don't think I've even seen a single Resident Evil movie. But
Over COVID, my mom made me watch all of them in order.
really,
It was so good. This is one of my mom's personal favorite horror franchises. This is like a containment, like pathogen gets released, and everyone.
Yeah.
It's so
I
good.
thought it was zombies.
It is.
Is it zombies? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mila Jokovic is in it as Alice. You got Ali Larder, Ruby Rose, and other fun actors and actresses that do a great job in this whole entire movie series that had been coming out since 2002. And how
Still
many
coming
movies?
out.
Is it still coming out? The final
Yeah.
chapter was not the final chapter.
No,
That's hilarious. That
they
was not
just
the final
came out
chapter.
with a TV show as well. A couple years ago.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it's connected with the movie franchise.
It is. I watched it. They also had Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City in 2021. I think
Ooh.
that's its own, but it's got Kea. I know. Oh, this is a huge cast.
Yeah, it got a very fun cast from our 2000s kids shows and movies and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
maybe you have to give that one a watch.
Wow.
Yeah, similarly rated to the Resident Evil last
Yeah,
chapter.
then there's Resident Evil Death Island, Resident Evil Vendetta. There's so many that have come out from the Resident Evil.
Really?
Yeah, there's multiple video games that have come out. There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, 2022 the TV show came out.
No, this one isn't connected to the
This is
movie series. It's not.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember I downloaded it for a great flight out to Minnesota. This is the only Resident Evil content I've ever watched, and I really enjoyed this. This TV season was a really fun season to watch, and so it made me. This is probably what actually made me originally go, oh, I want to watch the movies, because I thought this was a super fun TV series to watch, the beginning of Resident Evil kind of deal. But and it has no direct correlation with the movies, but you can I think it follows the exact storyline that would be what would be the start of the Resident Evil movies.
Well, Resident Evil the final chapter coming out on today in 2017.
Very cool stuff. We got one final movie released on today. One that me and Jordy were quite surprised that we ended up enjoying in 2023. It is the movie Shotgun Wedding.
Yeah, this stars Josh Duhamel and J-Lo, as well as Lenny Kravitz, Jennifer Coolidge, Sonia Braga, as well as many other incredible actors and actresses came together for this.
Yeah. Armie Hammer, Cheech Marin, just the list goes on with it. I thought it was a fun action comedy romance flick that was done well.
I'd have to agree. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, especially because I came in with low expectations. I think it ended up blowing my expectations out of the water, with that it wasn't just a terrible
I know, it
rom-com.
genuinely made me laugh.
Yeah. There was some really good scenes, and so it was a fun one. Big fan of Josh Duhamel, so he did a great job in that one.
As well as Lenny Kravitz. This was a very fun role to watch him in.
absolutely.
Pretty much got to play himself, just mildly evil.
Yeah, it was. It's not
Whatever,
revealed till the very end of the movie.
Okay, this came out years ago.
This came out
2
a
years
year ago.
3 years ago.
Okay, yeah, it's we just got to 2025, but
So it's 3 years old today.
yeah, because 2023 is when it came out.
Yeah. 2022.
No, 2023.
Well, why is Google wrong then?
I don't know. Maybe it's not Google that's wrong. Maybe it's that. the other one's
Anyway,
wrong.
Shotgun Wedding is a super. It's one that you really should go in with low expectations, but come out pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite Josh Duhamel movie?
Transformers.
Oh I forgot he's in that.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was the best human of the entire Transformers franchise.
Absolutely.
We do have Ole over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking home $148 on our minor jackpot in this game, number 10. Congratulations to you all as we now get enrolled into this next game with that minor prize reverting back to 52 balls or less. But the must-go bingo prize of $28.10 will remain available and only grow as you guys get enrolled into this next game. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I thought he was cool ever since he did that little crazy slide underneath the robot, and he had the grenade launcher, and he's shooting it up at the robot.
Yeah.
Thought it was so cool.
Sold it for you.
Yeah, it was quite a fun scene, and so I've liked Josh Mall ever since then.
Well, maybe give Shotgun Wedding if you're a fan of Josh Small.
Absolutely.
Up next, though, as we have just about 1 minute and 30 seconds to get enrolled into this awesome matchup here, we would love to talk a little bit about our Wild, who are 29, 17, and 4 on the season. Jared Spurgeon, Joel Erickson Eck, and Frederick Goudreau scored to help the Minnesota Wild top the Chicago Blackhawks 4-2 just this past Sunday night. Matt Boldy had 3 assists for Minnesota in the opener of a 5-game trip. The Wild had lost 5 of 6. Chicago was limited to just 5 shots on goal before rallying in the third period as Seth Jones scored a power play and Frank Nazar added his third to the season at just 4 minutes and 16 seconds, trimming Minnesota's lead to just 1. But Wild held on in the final minutes, and Marcus Foligno closed it out with an empty netter with just 1 minute and 42 seconds left. Philip Gustafsson finished with 18 saves.
Very good stuff. Defense played great and made Philip Gustafsson not have to work too hard in that matchup, and we were able to get a fantastic win there, as we were definitely needing to get back on the winning track of things, and with getting our guys all healthy once again, it feels like we are back doing what we were doing earlier in this season. We do have a game actually coming up tonight. Should be a lot of fun, as tonight at 6 p.m. we'll be seeing the Wild head on over to Toronto and take on the Maple Leafs. If you want to send some luck out to our Minnesota Wild, play the great ETAB game. Let's go Wild. You can see if you can score yourself some amazing jackpot prizes in that awesome Wild-themed ETAB game.
Absolutely. We got the Wild logo behind us. We got a Wild game tonight. I mean, what better time than to go check out that great Wild ETAB game?
Absolutely.
As we are officially in this great round here, Ian and I will only be live with you guys for the next 2 rounds, so make sure you stick around and try and take home these great prizes for yourself. And if you end up taking home any of these great prizes, we would also love to make sure you know to take a player picture and send it to us. Whether it be you holding up your giant jackpot message, you playing your favorite ETAB game like Let's Go Wild, or you just having fun with your friends and family at a local bar or restaurant, you guys can snap those player photos and share them directly to us onto our Facebook page, onto any of your own social medias using the hashtag PilotGames, or you can even email them directly to us at jackpots@pilotgames.com. We would love to see you guys and have a blast alongside you as you take home our awesome prizes that continue growing throughout the day.
Absolutely. Should be a lot of fun, as we love being able to highlight those great winners, as we also like to highlight players that are celebrating their birthday. So if you're celebrating your birthday out there playing Pilot Games, send it a player photo, let us know, and we'll shoot you out some luck, as we are happy that you included a little Pilot Games action with your birthday celebration, as we'd also like to highlight some celebrities that you share your birthday with.
Starting it off strong in 1832, we've got Lewis Carroll, the English author who did Alice in Wonderland and a lot of other incredible tales.
Absolutely. We actually have an ETAB game themed after Alice in Wonderland called Winter Wonderland. It's a great ETAB game that maybe you can celebrate some of Lewis Carroll in that great one. But there's even more that we can highlight here that he did.
Absolutely, as he is known for Through the Looking Glass, as well as other great tales like The Hunting of the Shark or even the book The Jabberwocky.
Yeah, very, very fun stuff there. Who is your favorite Alice in Wonderland character?
I really liked the caterpillar.
The caterpillar, the pretentious caterpillar.
Yeah, that huffs on his pipe and looks down at her.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
I really liked his character.
He was a big hater.
Yeah.
But you liked him still?
Yeah.
Just because We do have 6'9" T-Bird over at the Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, taking home $56.40. Congratulations to you, 6'9" T-Bird, as we now get enrolled into this next game with that minor jackpot, clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun here.
Absolutely. And then in the live action, I really liked the frogs and toads of the Queen of Hearts court that ate the tarts.
I've always loved every adaptation of the two twins.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I like
In my high school's live action stage play that they did of Alice in Wonderland, they were my favorite part, and I have pictures with the two people who played them afterwards.
That's hilarious. Imagine getting you try out for something else, and they're like, "No, you're more of a Tweedledee, Tweedledum kind of person."
Yeah, he's like, "I want a Cheshire cat."
That's so funny. Why is your very American high school have an English person in it? We will never know.
You know, that's just how I imagine them.
I want to be Cheshire Cat.
No, Tweedledum.
That's funny.
Yes.
Moving on to our next celebrity birthday born on today in 1945, we got Nick Mason, the British progressive rock drummer for Pink Floyd.
Absolutely, an incredibly talented rock drummer. Happy birthday, Nick Mason.
Definitely a fun one.
Up next, in 1954, we got Peter Laird. He is the American comic book artist. He did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, baby.
Absolutely. Donatello has been always my favorite. What's your favorite?
Who's the orange?
That is, gosh, I think
I don't remember their names.
I think it's Donatello.
I think it's Donatello as well.
Yeah,
I think he's my favorite.
That's what I was trying to go for was
The orange
Donatello. Yeah, so if I'm wrong, then I feel bad. I haven't watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a long time. But let's
yeah, because
find
Leonardo
out.
is blue, Raphael is red.
Yeah, Donatello.
Yeah.
Is
Michelangelo is, what is he?
Mike. No, that's orange. Mikey.
Yeah,
Because
Mikey.
they call
That's
him Mikey.
my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, Michelangelo is the best. Donatello's blue, and Raphael is red.
Yeah.
And then, gosh, why am I blanking on? No, Leonardo.
Leonardo is blue. I was
Blue,
gonna say, yeah, no. Donatello is purple.
I'm getting them all mixed up. I also love Donatello. Donatello was another one of my absolute favorites. I loved his.
Michelangelo is my man.
Yeah.
Leonardo is my second favorite.
Leonardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Great stuff.
Good
Great
stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Peter Laird.
Next up, we have another comic book artist born on today in 1957, Frank Miller, who did Batman, as well as one we actually mentioned earlier,
Yes.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I really want to watch more Daredevil stuff, so I'm hoping that we can get more Daredevil content soon.
Well, thanks, Frank Miller, for, writing some of those great works there. As those are very similar characters, so it makes sense that they're written by the same person.
Yeah, big fan. That makes sense because Batman's probably my favorite DC character ever.
Yeah, you like those dark, brooding
I
types.
do. I really do. And Elektra was my favorite female superhero ever. And so Daredevil and Elektra I really love.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff. Up next, born on today in 1969, we got Patton Oswalt. He is the American comedian and actor from The King of Queens as well as The Goldbergs.
Very fun stuff. I like both of those works, so great stuff. As we finish off with 1979, Rosamund Pike, the British actress from Gone Girl, An Education, A Private War, and The Wheel of Time.
And so much more. She just was recently in I Care a Lot and other works. I think she is an incredibly talented actress that you really never know if she's the good guy or the bad guy.
Yeah, she does do a good job of riding that line.
So good.
Well, as we come to a finish of me and Jordy's final game here with you guys live, I would like to give a quick shout out to our Twins-themed D-Tab game, Twins Win. It's a super fun one where you could try and take home some Grand Slam prizes. It's definitely a great time there. As well as give a shout out to our Player Spotlight Flash over at the Red Door Bar, who took home $52,015. And over at the Red Door Bar, Flash supported the Belle Plaine Friends of the Library, which their mission is to support the Belle Plaine Community Library, promote access to the library, and support early literacy and family development.
Absolutely. Utilize your local libraries, and thank you, Flash, for helping support an incredible charity. We do have our winner here, though, as Call Me Jen over at the Benton Chop and Rail House is getting to take home $30 on this must-go prize. Stick around for a little Lucky 4 bingo, and remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.